the orientation. So linguistics is a scientific study of language. We observe interesting linguistic phenomena, and then we try to first describe these phenomena and then to explain them, to come up with a theory that can help us understand why language is used this way. So let me give you a very quick example of how language is learned by both native and non-native speakers, in particular the past tense. Right? So we all know that there are the regular verbs and the irregular verbs in English, right? So for instance, so is the verb go regular or irregular? Does anyone know? What's the past tense of go? Went, right, not right. So, right, go, went, gone. So go is irregular. Now give me a regular verb in English. Yes? Give me a regular verb in English with a regular past tense. Discuss. Cut. Cut. Cut is also, what's the past tense of cut? Not cutted, right? So cut, cut, cut. So that's also irregular, unfortunately. What about one regular past tense? I am talking. In 5 minutes, I would have talked. Right. Anyway, okay. So verbs like talk, walk, fold, these verbs have regular past tense form, right? You just add an ed to form the past tense. All right, so now, a very interesting linguistic phenomenon that has been observed is that children, as they are learning English, they will begin by being able to use the irregular past tense verbs. So they'll be able to say, I went to the library, I forgot my homework, I cut my finger, right? So, and then parents, of course, will be very pleased. Wow, irregular past tense verbs, mastered by my child. But then after a few months, parents would start to get worried because the same children who a few months ago were able to produce irregular past tense would start to say things like, I goed to the library yesterday with my friend. I forgetted my homework and I cutted my finger. And then parents would go bonkers, oh, what's going on with my kid, right? Now, linguists tried to study this phenomenon and they came up with a theory called U-shaped development. So you start off, with mastery of the form, but then there will be a sort of decline where you seem to be regressing to a non-target form. But then, luckily, after a while, the children will be able to produce the irregular past tense forms again. Now, so what can explain what's going on here? So this is an interesting linguistic phenomenon, but what's going on here? What's the explanation? So in the gist, the theory is that with regular past tense, you are applying a rule. The rule is to add ed to the verb, right, to form past tense. With irregular past tense, you are using your memory. You are storing the irregular forms in different part of your mental lexicon, and you have to just remember these as separate entities through having a good memory. So it's rules versus memory-based learning. And children, when they come down to the bottom part here of the U and start to say things like, I go to the library yesterday, they are in fact overgeneralizing a rule that they are learning and trying to apply. Right? So it's not that they are regressing or they have forgotten about the irregular form. They are applying a rule, but unfortunately they don't know where the boundaries are. So they're over-applying this rule. but that sooner or later, through input, through instruction, they will be able to draw a boundary and be able to only apply the rule to the right verbs, to the irregular verbs. Right, so this is what linguists try to do in trying to understand how language works and trying to explain why it works this way and why language is used and taught and learned this way. So that's all for me for linguistics. And can I very quickly say something about the communication for English majors courses? There are 3 in the series, and in the last series you get to, because I just did this with my class last week, you get to do a round of job interviews. That's to help you get ready for job hunting and for real workplace situations. We get you all dressed up in suits and you come in here with a job that you are interested in applying to, and we help you hone your interview skills. So it's not just about Shakespeare and social linguistics. We have a practical side, so we know that down the line you'll have